Shall we have a real elegante type opening today?
Oh, indeed.
You know, real fancy, right?
Yes.
I prefer coffee.
I prefer tea.
Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm sorry. I didn't have my pinky out.
Pinky out?
Again, yes. That's so that when you take the tea bag out of the cup, you got something to hang the tea bag on. You ready? Or in case your hostess won't give you a second cup, you stick her in the eye. You ready? Oh, we're doing an elegant type,
Indeed, yes. True.
Well, I adore coffee.
And I adore tea.
Instant and born.
And tender leaf tea. All the lords and ladies say that they drink them every day. Hip, hip.
Thank God. You just don't know how elegant we can get when we really want to get elegant. Let me show you here. I'll show you how elegant we can get. Oh, sorry. It wasn't very elegant. Well, come back this way. Well, no, you don't think we're elegant, boy. We're really set here today. You see, we are serving our tender leaf tea sort of formal-like today. Now, Ermintrude, how did you get in the act? What?
I beg your pardon, sir. The name is Boxwood.
Boxwood?
The butler.
I
Indeed.
see.
Yes.
Yeah, you buttle, huh?
Indeed, sir.
What a ham. I just asked him to say one line. Yes, that's all they had. Boxwood.
Yes, sir.
Boxwood, tell me, what do you think of the tea we serve here?
Tenderleaf brand?
Yes.
Always the best, sir.
And the flavor, Boxhead?
I say, sir, it's lively.
Real inviting, I'll tell you that.
It really sets you up, sir.
Whoops, you're right, it's lively.
Indeed,
It's
sir.
lively. You see, Tenderleaf has got a tang and has a zest, my friends, that you have never encountered in any tea before in all your life.
I'll tell you the secret about that, sir.
Pray do.
You see, sir, only the young leaf, the new leaf, goes into tenderleaf tea. Indeed. That's what gives it the lively flavor.
Yes, sir, every sip has got zip.
Zip has got zip.
Every zip has got zip. You zip it, it's got zips it. It's awful good.
And look, sir, may I show you something, please?
Please do.
Excuse me.
What?
You see, sir, are you there? You see, sir, Tenderleaf, sir, and only Tenderleaf, you see, packs each tea bag in a separate envelope.
Uh-huh.
Capital idea. What?
Splendid zip. If you were any more British, you couldn't talk at all. Splendid, little boy. Yeah.
As we say, sir, no glommed up string. Allow me, sir.
If I would have put this cup down on top of your words, you'd be in bad shape, wouldn't you there?
Allow me, sir. May I say one thing, sir?
Pray do.
Would you mind, please, the next time you go shopping, to look for the bright red box with the white letters, Tenderleaf brand tea?
Pretty
Thank you.
elegant, huh?
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to the Oh, dear. Do I look like Queen Victoria?
Indeed, painting pigeons.
Oh, say, I wish to register a complaint against you, Durward.
What?
A man wrote in, or no, it's a lady, wrote in, and she said that you got her in bad trouble.
What I done?
Her name is Mrs. Evelyn Winter Stella. She lives in West Allenhurst, New Jersey. She says, Dear Gary, I wish to register a complaint against Durward Kirby for false advertising in a way that put me in a very bad predicament. Wow. On your afternoon program, I plainly heard Durward say, and I quote, go to your neighborhood store and pick up a package of Tenderleaf tea.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Sure.
She says, I did just as he said, and you can imagine my embarrassment to have been grabbed by two floor walkers no sooner had I reached the front door. Damn it. Please reprimand Durward. We perhaps neglected to say you should pay for the tea after you pick it up.
By all means, Mrs. Winterstella.
Seems the only fair thing to do. Say, speaking about the mail, I told you a couple of weeks ago, we have always thought that the one thing that was wrong with our forum was that it was only open to people in our studio audience. So I told the gals down at my office to be on the alert for any questions that they thought would make a good mailbox for them. You see, the way the mail is handled is this. First of all, the gals in my office go through all the mail and remove such things as straight ticket requests or requests for pictures or that sort of thing. Then if the letter has any comment in it, one way or another, or is addressed to me or to Ken or to Durward or any of us, then the letter is then handed on to us. So the girls have held out these questions that they thought might be worth asking on the show. And so here they are. Everybody grab one and read it, and whoever the question is addressed to will try to answer it, huh? This way everybody can get in, you folks out there, too. What's that first one say there, Kenneth?
October 26, 1951.
That's nice.
Says, Dear Gary, I would like to know what your advice would be to a certain question. I'm scheduled to appear on television as a school representative on a youth forum. I've always had a fear of appearing before people, whether in just the classroom or in public speaking. I've always admired your calmness in appearing on television. I realize that you have had probably years of experience, and I would like to know what you would suggest to me in the way of appearing calm or just reducing the tension and nervousness a little. Thank you very much. Respectively, Miriam Hudson, Asheville, Ohio.
Miriam Hudson of Asheville. Gee, that's kind of a tough question to answer for you, Miriam Hudson. She's going to appear on television, how to appear calm. Only thing I can tell you is do like everybody I know, which is this, is not to consider yourself an audience of, not to consider your audience a large group of people, because a group of people is only a group of one people. You understand? It's just a lot of one peoples. So you're not nervous when you talk to one person, are you, Miriam? Obviously you're not, or you wouldn't be called upon to speak. So just think of your audience as being made up of one person at a time. There is no difference whatsoever. John Barrymore once said that an audience was the most hideous of all creatures, that before the curtain went up, there were a group of attractive people sitting in a theater, but the minute that the actors had to start performing, they became one body, one huge monster with 8,000 eyes and no ears, nobody listening to what he was saying. We don't feel that way. All you have to do is concentrate on just one person. Talk to one person at a time, and you'll find that your nervousness goes. Although I must say, George Arliss also once said that he wouldn't give a nickel for any actor who didn't get nervous a little bit before a performance, because that meant that he was not he was not on his toes. So if you're nervous a little bit, that's fine. You just think of it as one person. You'll be all right. Eileen?
Well, I have one here, Gary.
Oh, you got one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all right.
She says, Dear Gary, my girlfriends and I are sore because you won't let us start a fan club for you. Are you getting the big head now that your show has so many sponsors? Most performers are glad to get the attention of their fans. Signed, Mildred Kanachi, New York City.
Wow.
I didn't like reading that one.
Well, I remember Miss Kanachi's letter. She wrote in and said she would like to start a fan club, and I wrote back to her, and I tried to explain at the time my feeling on the thing, which is this, that while fan clubs are very flattering, and I hope this won't hurt your feelings, but I think that it's a miserable waste of time. I don't think that actors, by the very virtue of their profession, can be important enough to warrant all that attention. I think that now we are all involved in times in which we can all help in some way or another. At blood banks or at hospitals, one thing. And to waste your energy on fan clubs for performers, I think is, as I say, flattering, but I think it is a waste of energy. If you have the energy for that, I think you should put it into more useful channels. And that's what I told her, besides which I'm too old for fan clubs. That's for the young people. So I hope you understand this. I'm sorry you're mad. Well, how much time we got? We got time. 1 minute. Durr, you drag one.
I have one here, Gary.
Yeah.
Dear Mr. Moore, do you plant people in your audience to ask certain questions during open forum time, or do you just take a chance? If you do not plant the questions, how do you know that people won't ask embarrassing questions? This is signed Mrs. Rose Mitchell, Omaha.
Well, Mrs. Mitchell, we do not plant anybody in the audience. If we did that, the whole idea of the forum would be gone, which is that we completely trust the audience not to ask us embarrassing questions. These people are our guests. We try to treat them well, and we think that in return, they will try not to ask us anything that might be embarrassing. Only once have we had an embarrassing question. That was a gentleman sitting on the aisle. He'd had his hand in the air for quite some time, and finally I got to him, and he said, Now, Mr. Moore, I've had my hand in the air for 5 minutes, and I've been waiting patiently. I want to ask one question, and I want you to answer it as quickly and concisely as possible. I said, all right, what's your question? He said, where is the men's room? And there goes the alarm clock, which means we don't have time for any more questions from the mailbox, but we're going to keep putting them in every day, and we will draw new cards out all the time. It is time now for a duet. Eileen Woods and Ken Carson have got a very cute number, the name of which is, you remember, You're the Cream in My Coffee.
I'm not a poet, how well I know it. I've never been a raver, but when I think of you, I rape a bit, it's true. I'm wild about you, so lost without you. You give my life its flavor. What coffee is to tea, that's what you are to me. You're the cream in my coffee. You're the salt in my stew. You will always be my necessity. I'd be lost without you.
You're the starch in my collar. You're the lace in my shoe. You will always be my necessity. I'd be lost without you.
Most men tell love tales, and each phrase dovetails. You've known each known way. This way is my own way. You're the sail in my love boat.
You're the captain and crew.
You will always be my necessity. I'd be lost without you.
You have a great way, an up-to-date way of telling me you love me. It gives me such a thrill. I guess it always will. My head is turning, and just from learning your estimation of me, it's just the same old way I feel of you today. You're the cream in my coffee. You're the salt in my stew. You will always be my necessity. I'd be lost without you.
You're the cream in my coffee. You're the lace in my shoe. You will always be my necessity. I'd be lost without you.
You give life savor, bring out its flavor. So this is sure, dear, you're my Worcestershire dear. You're the sail in my love boat.
You mean I'm your captain and crew?
You will always be my necessity.
Just a minute, honey. I'll be right with you.
I'd be lost, completely lost without you.
That's you, huh? Let me make a small point with you folks out there, will you? You know, when your car breaks down, you take it to an experienced mechanic, don't you? I mean, you take it to a guy who knows cars inside and out. Well, look, the same thing goes when you're looking for a better instant coffee. You want the coffee with the coffee experience. That's why you should ask for Instant Chase and Sanborn, because the folks who make Instant Chase and Sanborn have been in the coffee business, the buying and the roasting of fine coffees for almost 100 years. They know what they're doing. Take it from me. Or rather, don't take it from me, because trying beats talking every time. So if you want to know how really great an instant coffee can be, go out and buy yourself a jar of Instant Chase and Sanborn in this large economy size. That's the way to save money. All right? Time for station identification, Howard. We'll be back quite shortly.
While you're gone now, mark these down on your shopping list, will you? Instant Chase and Sanborn and Tender Leaf Tea. They're both terrific.
This is the CBS television